The perception of corruption remains high in Guyana, according to one organization that tracks public perception on several issues. Transparency International has released its 2012 report that ranks Guyana 133rd out of 174 countries. President of Transparency Institute Guyana, Attorney at Law Gino Passad, after presenting the report, said government must take the reports seriously.
I guess we just have to intensify our efforts at engagement and to try to convince the authorities that it's worth taking seriously, because we all suffer at the end of the day. And as I said earlier, we know for a fact that large businesses who want to come to countries take these reports very seriously. So we cannot assume that there are no adverse effects.
Guyana scored 28 out of a possible 100 marks in comparison to Barbados that scored 75 points to come in 15th, ahead of the United Kingdom and the United States. And according to Vice President of Transparency Institute Guyana, former Auditor General Anand Gulsaran, there must be an acceptance that there is corruption.
And it has to come from the very, very top. Very, and then it is filtered down. If the president were to tomorrow say, well, okay, Guyana's ranking is this, I accept in good faith, and my government has accepted in good faith, and we'll do whatever it takes to improve our performance next year, or significantly improve over, then the message is going to filter down. But when you say, well, it's exaggerated, it's all wrong, and then you're not accepting.
TI Guyana called on the government to ensure that bodies like the Public Procurement Commission is strengthened and that the Integrity Commission is constituted. The organization intends to engage the administration on those and other important issues.
Well, certainly, all the calls that we've made today, we intend to formally write the government on them and to explain that that is our position. And we will certainly take up the offer of Minister Passad that he intends to involve us in the mining industry.
TI Secretary Fred Collins underscored the factors that lead to perceptions of corruption and said that they will use education to help raise awareness.
When the Auditor General, whichever Auditor General, gives a report, and we see, for example, things being written in pencil, as he said in the 210, I think, that gives the nation some of the perception which is influencing. When Dr. Gulsaran writes and he says, even that, given the qualifications of the Auditor General, is probably less than what it is. That certainly, it must influence the perception. And when we say here that we're calling on so many institutions, civil society to help us, you cannot underestimate what is happening here, because you are going to go out and you are going to spread that message. And we are saying that education is is our first stop. Very important in our projections and what we plan to do.
Several visits are planned to various regions to sensitize the public on how they can be involved in detecting and minimizing corruption. For Capital News, Raul Collins.